This is Jeopardy! Here are today's categories. Fun, Ascendant, Fraud, Ethical, Theory, Corporate, Governance, Audit, and Accounting with Intent. Let's meet our guests tonight. Slav, a banker from New York, New York. Jenny, an auditor from Wichita, Kansas. And Yana, our returning champion from Manchester, Vermont. Slav, we'll let you begin tonight.
I'll go with Corporate Governance 100.
This has the greatest influence on decisions, other than one's own values.
Slav.
What is Organizational Factors? Fun for 100.
Stephanie Perkins changed her syllabus this many times.
What is 6? Can I get fun for 200?
This behavior is when students check out and are unwilling to do work during their final year in school. Jenny.
What is senioritis? Can I get fun for 300?
The action of delaying or postponing something.
Yana.
What is procrastination? Can I get fun for 400?
This will happen on May 20th, 2017 at 6 p.m.
Slav.
Graduation, commencement. Can I get audit for 100?
These people are responsible for issuing the financial statements after an audit.
Yana.
Management of the company. Can I get audit for 200?
According to the generally accepted accounting standards, an auditor is responsible for obtaining this, that the financial statements as a whole are free from material misstatements, whether caused by error or fraud.
Yeah, so now it goes back. Slav.
What is reasonable assurance? And can I get audit for 500?
This audit opinion concludes that the financial statements give a true and fair view in accordance with GAAP.
So, Slav.
What is an unqualified audit opinion? Can I get accounting with Ascendant for 100?
The method used by Ascendant to overstate merger reserves.
Slav.
What is pooling of interests method? Can I get audit for 400?
These guidelines are used to guide an audit.
Slav.
What is generally accepted auditing standards? Can I get fun for 500?
Good evening. We apologize for interrupting your regularly scheduled programming. We've got some breaking news today from the 9th District Court in San Francisco. Moments ago, Judge Judy just sentenced Walter Forbes, the ex-chair of the now defunct Ascendant Corporation, to 12 years in prison for his involvement in those crimes. Would you like to bring us up to date on what happened back in 1997?
Absolutely. Thank you, Sam. So what happened was Mr. Forbes was the CEO of a company called CompuCard, CUC. And what they did was they used a variety of accounting methods to overstate income. And we won't really get into the detail of accounting methods. We are not accountants, and that's not for us. So what happened was CUC wanted to cover up this accounting fraud, and they decided to start buying up companies. So what happened was they found a good company to buy. The company was called HFS, and they decided to acquire this company, and to do so, they needed to inflate their income a little bit more. And so they did, and after purchasing HFS, they created a company called Sendit Corporation. Mr. Forbes was the chairman on this company, and they just kept the fraud going for many years. And I believe that the number of the amount of income that they just overstated was incredible. And this actually predates Enron. I know that Enron was a more of a recent happening, and there's been a lot of this accounting fraud going on. And I'm sure our viewers are asking, just like, what's the underlying issue? Why has this been happening lately? And possibly, where were the auditors?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
So,
let's talk about that.
Yeah, we actually looked up the standards and Code of Professional Conduct in which any CPA is supposed to operate. And under the public interest obligation, CPA is to serve the public interest, honor the public trust, and demonstrate a commitment to professionalism. This is where we kind of think it all breaks down.
Yeah, Sam, I'm sure a lot of the viewers are asking, how did Mr. Forbes justify his actions? Right? What happened there?
So let's take an ethical approach to this and see where does it break down. So
now, it's a long time since I've been in college, Sam. It's been a long time, but let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot here.
Real quick. For Mr. Forbes' involvement, it takes a special kind of person to do such harm to so many people. And I mean, sure, he might be a bad guy, but let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say he was including other people when he was thinking about what he was doing. So, and under an enlightened egoism theory, at the end of the day, he's going to look out for himself, but maybe he might justify it by saying he is helping other people.
So you're saying he thought that he was helping the company.
I mean, he thought he was helping the company. The stocks were going
merger.
up. Yes, definitely.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
by bringing in other corporations, he figured all the employees would be better, the stockholders, and he might have thought this could just last forever. And he was indeed selling stock when this was happening, so he was looking out for himself at the end of the day.
He was, wasn't he? He was just dumping that stock at high prices. That's incredible. I had this ethics class we had to take a while ago, and there was a lot of information that we learned in that class, but there's something that stuck with me, and I remember one of the theories was called rights theory. I know. So it's very simple. I guess the shareholders and the stakeholders had a right to know the information.
Right, so under a rights theory, it's the action as more so than the outcome which we care about.
Yeah.
And the actions in this particular case were to commit fraud by misleading the public with the accounting numbers. So the public has a right, rights theory,
Absolutely.
to the information without the correct information, without any
Alterations.
of course. And then we can also take another, if I remember correctly, there's an ethical egoism point of view. And this is where maybe Walter Forbes might have been operating under this theory. Tell me about it.
Yeah, under that one, I think that Mr. Forbes may have considered the interest of his stakeholders, employees, and people that will be surrounding and affected by this decision. But under that one, I think Mr. Forbes still let his own self-interest take precedent over everybody else's interest.
Okay.
Which leads it to kind of an unethical decision, Sam. Wasn't he just dumping the stock?
No, it's true. He was dumping the stock, but that's actually what makes the egoism argument so interesting. You're not looking out. What you're doing is the outcome is all that matters. So from his perspective, what he was doing was actually ethical. Yeah, so he did the right thing according to ethical egoism theory and looked out for himself. The outcome's all that mattered. Although it could be argued that because he's now sitting in prison, he didn't have a long enough perspective on the situation, and maybe he didn't do that. We're going to leave that up to the viewers to decide.
I think so. Well, that's enough philosophical talk for us tonight. Thank you for joining us for this breaking news, and we'll let you go back to Jeopardy!
This corporate executive was sentenced to 12 years in prison for his fraud in connection with Sendent Corporation.
Right. Any.
Who is Walter Forbes? Can I get ethical theories for 100?
Yana.
What is utilitarianism? Can I get ethical theories for 200?
The ethical theory that falls under deontology.
Jenny.
What is the rights theory? Can I get ethical theories for 300?
The three ethical theories that fall under the teleology category.
Flaw.
What are egoism, enlightened egoism, and utilitarianism? Nailed that. Can I get ethical theories for 400?
The inconsistency between our thoughts, beliefs, or attitudes and our behaviors.
Flaw.
What is cognitive dissonance? Can I get corporate governance for 400?
These systems help to ensure that the agent runs the firm for the benefit of one or more principles.
Jenny.
What are internal and external mechanisms? Can I get Sendent fraud for 300?
This accounting firm paid the largest settlement ever for a securities class action case.
Yana.
Who is Ernest & Young LLP? Can I get accounting with Sendent for 200?
The most significant category quantitatively in the Sendent fraud.
Flaw.
What is reserves for mergers and acquisitions? Can I get accounting with Senate for 300?
The manipulation of the timing of write-offs and the improper determination of charges in an effort to level out income over time.
Yana.
What is income smoothing? Can I get accounting with Sendent for 400?
Sendent inflated income by keeping this off their books, claiming it was recognized in the first 3 months of the next year.
Jenny.
What are cancellations and rejects? Can I get ethical theory for 500?
This theory emphasizes rights, fairness, and equality.
Send it for 5. Yeah, so. Flaw.
What is justice theory? Can I get accounting with Sendent for 500?
Profits that have been appropriated for a particular purpose.
Yana.
What is a reserve account? Can I get Sendent fraud for 200?
The amount Ernst & Young LLP agreed to pay in order to settle the claims of the Sendent class action lawsuit.
Flaw.
What is $335 million?
All right, so
7 signs of ethical collapse.
First we were looking right here. And then we're looking
I'm gonna sit over there. I'll just
where's
sit over
the
there.
fan? Did he dump some stock? This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, Sam.
Yana.
Ernst and Young. Duh.
Okay.
That was funny.
Do it
Good
again.
job, Yana.
What is a smoothie?